Welcome back to the Sunday Dinner Chef. I'm Tom. Today is hashtag Food of Love. Happy Valentine's Day and also happy anniversary to my dear wife, Marie. Well, 127 years just flew by. Put the frying pan down, Marie. I was just kidding. All right, let's get started. Going to be starting this dish off with some bread, homemade bread. Now, I did this last night, and what's going to happen is this is going to sit, it's going to proof and ferment for about 12 to 18 hours. It's almost going to be like ciabatta. But what I'm going to do is this is going to be done in a cast iron pan, square pan I'm going to use. And this bread, it always comes out really good. The reason why I'm making bread is because I am making Frutti di Mare. This is the love of my life. I love seafood. A little pasta. It's got to be with pasta and some great sauce. So you need something to dip that sauce with. You know, you need something to bring it up with. So, all right. Starting with some shrimp, and what I'm doing is I'm going to cut these down the back, open them up a little bit more so they all cook at the same time. Now, in the same token, nothing gets wasted here. I keep the shells. I save the shells. If I don't use them right away, put them in the freezer. This is going to be the base for the stock. This collaboration starts at 8:30 on Saturday morning, February 10th, and goes to 5 p.m. in the afternoon. There are 16 of us in this collaboration. I will leave the list in my description box down below. If you are new to my channel, let me explain a few things here. My holy trinity that I cook with all the time is butter, olive oil, and garlic. Everything I cook. So I am going to be chopping up some garlic. Also going into this recipe is going to be some onions, green onions, white onion, and we're going to use some lemon, pepperoncino. Also, we're going to use some basil and Mexican oregano. It's going to be the basis for this stock and sauce that I'm going to be making for this Frutti di Mare. When I chop up parsley, I use stems and all because that's actually where the flavor is. So, make it a little fancier. Cut up your green onions and a little bit on a bias. I'm going to use the white onion for cooking and the green part for garnish. Bread is almost done. Now I'm going to coat the top with some melted butter. You can use a beaten egg or you can use the white of the egg. I'm using butter because I want the top to be a little bit softer. So the bottom's going to be crispy, and I'm just going to put this back in and just let it brown up a little bit more. And we're going to be getting ready to have some bread. Bread is done. It just came out perfect. All right, and here is the thump. Today's a special shout out to a good friend of mine named Jack Clark from Brooklyn, New York. We've been friends since we were kids. Happy birthday, Jack. All right, let's get to this lobster here. Now, I'm going to take these and split these in half. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash them. The tails are between 3.5 and 4 ounces, kind of small. So after I clean them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to skewer them. And that means I'm going to take a bamboo skewer. I'm going to go up into the meat itself. Two things. It'll keep them straight as I cook them because they will curl up if you don't. And it's easier to lift them out of the shell with the skewer in it. I live in Las Vegas, and sometimes seafood is really hard to come by because we're in the desert, number one, or the price is very high. So I'm going to use some clams, canned clams I'm going to use. And also I got some crab meat that has been minced up just to add to the flavor for the sauce. This is where it all comes together. We're going to fire table 10, dinner for two, Valentine's Day, love of my life, Frutti di Mare. Now I'm going to be using 2 pans. Reason why is because I'm going to do this pasta in one, build the sauce, and I'm going to cook the seafood in the other one. Then it'll get combined together. But into the saucepan is olive oil, garlic, and butter. Now I'm adding in the stock, which is from the clams, and also from the crab meat and from the shrimp shells. Pan number 2 is a stainless steel wok, olive oil, garlic, and butter. And also I'm going to be putting in the lobster tail first. Now on top of that, I'm using a compound butter, which is raw garlic, parsley, some other herbs. And this is what's going to build the sauce. This is what's going to thicken it up. I'm adding in some thinly sliced onion, and I'm going to start adding the shrimp. I'm going to put that around the edge of the wok, and just going to let this thing cook. Add a little bit of white wine and some butter, and here we go. The aromas are starting to build along with the sauce. Now I'm going to be adding in a little bit more stock, some white wine, and then I'm going to be taking in some more garlic, the compound butter, and I'm going to be adding in a little bit of green onion to it, and this is just going to slowly start building. Pasta's in, boiling water, salted boiling water. I don't fill it up all the way because it makes it easier to cook faster. Now, I'm going to start with the sauce here, and I'm going to add in that compound butter. Now, we already have some of the stock in there. We have some little bit of wine, and also we have my Trinity, olive oil, butter, and garlic. Now, this is going to start thickening up. I add in a little bit of pasta water. The starch in there helps it thicken, but also that compound butter is going to start working with it. I'm going to be adding in some tomato sauce now. This is not a red sauce or a white sauce. This is more of a pink sauce. It has a nice subtle flavor to it, and I just want to bring out the other flavors. Have that little bit of a tomato kick to it, but not going overboard with just a red sauce. So at this time, I hope you go down into the description box and check out the rest of the collaborators that are in this great collaboration. There's 16 of us. Go check them out. And also stay to the end and watch the trailer. It also has their names listed. White wine, Mexican oregano. You got to break that up a little bit because it is kind of coarse. But what an aroma. I mean, the flavors are like, whoa. Pepperoncino and also some basil. Going to be adding in these mussels. Now, here's my problem with this dish, okay? I like fresh mussels, and they're, again, hard to find out here. And if you do get some, a lot of times they're bad because they have to fly them in. Anyway, I bought these mussels, and I'll tell you what, I will do these again because they were fantastic. This would be a great time right now to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the Sunday Dinner Chef, and I really do appreciate it. Ring that bell so it notifies you when the next video is coming up. Adding in the compound butter, I have some herbs. Like I said before, it's raw garlic and it's got to be cooked. You wouldn't want to spread this on bread unless you're a Braveheart. But anyway, here's a little trick. I take lemon juice and lime juice, mix it together, a little bit of water, and I put it in with a little bit of cornstarch. I put that in there, and this thickens it up, and it won't break on you, okay? This is unbelievable. Give it a try. You'll love it. We are coming to the finish line. I'm going to add in the clams. This is from a can. I couldn't find fresh clams. They were too big. Some were way too little, so I settled for the can, and there's nothing wrong with that. Very good. Also, the crab meat. I was disappointed with the crab meat. I misread it. I was looking for the lump crab meat, but I got the other stuff. Pasta is done. I'm going to start adding it into the sauce. This is why I have two separate pans, okay? We probably used a half a pound of pasta. This is going to help enhance the flavor of the sauce, and it's going to help thicken it up. I want the flavor on the pasta itself. Well, we are plating this up. I want to thank everybody for joining in. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Happy anniversary, Marie. I'm glad she didn't throw the frying pan at me. Anyway, hashtag Food of Love. Great bunch of people. Check out the rest of the collaborators. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.